Hi, Crystal Oculi here. I'm the Chief Financial Strategist at Confidence Wealth. Welcome to Money Confidence today. Today's topic, what I wanted to talk about. So, what I do is if there is a topic that seems to be the big important thing that I keep hearing about, that's the topic I try to focus on during that week and bring this on to everyone so you can start thinking about it in a different way. So, one of the things that I constantly saw in the last couple of weeks is as we're helping with retirement planning is that 101 that a lot of people I notice are not paying attention to, which is really understanding the importance of your expenses. What do you need for retirement? It's not about, oh, what do I want, right? That's a given. We all want more, but it's also about, can I maintain and sustain my lifestyle the way I want to? And then you add extra luxuries to it. So example, if it costs you today to live on $5,000 a month, then you may want to add more vacation, more entertainment, and so forth. So you may say, well, you know what, Crystal, I usually spend 5,000 a month, but why don't I add another 1,000 to that? So we're going to be at 6,000. But it can't be just randomly saying, well, I would like to really make 9,000 a month, because what do you need the $9,000 for? Is it because you are taking money from one bucket to then get it as a paycheck and put it in a different bucket? Let me explain to you what that means. So let's say during your working years, you're making 100,000 per year. I'm just making math easy. You're putting money towards your 401k, you're maxing it out. So you're putting $2,000 a month in your 401 already. Then when you get your money in your paycheck, you're also saving another, let's say $1,000 a month. So even though 100,000 is what you used to, it doesn't mean that's really the income that you need in retirement, because what you're not going to be doing in retirement is putting money towards your 401k, and you don't really need to save money each month. It becomes about everything you have, all your savings, all the different sources of income, and how you are going to now bring to cover the cost of your living plus any luxuries you want. So that's really important. The other thing that I see that really is not paid attention to is there is a difference between net and gross. So, for example, if you need to make $5,000 a month to live comfortably, it's not really $5,000 a month. It depends on your tax bracket. Are you married? Are you single? So maybe you need actually 7,000 gross to get 5,000 net. So I hope that makes sense. So it's all about breaking it down. So now the most important thing is really understanding truly what is your expenditure, period. Yes, your mortgage may go away at some point. That can be calculated into the plan. So for example, a lot of times when I'm sitting down and we're planning the retirement, those are the things we go over. So I usually like going with my clients over what all their expenditures are and what they think they spend. But then we want to tie it to their actual site where it tracks everything and sees truly what they are spending. So if you're a client and you still haven't done that, please hop on your site and make sure you tie in your expenses, because that's what you're going to hear in your next review, that you really need to be watching out for that. It's one of the most important things you can do in retirement or preparing for retirement, is tracking what all those expenditures are. And normally I find people usually underestimate what they spend. They don't even realize truly what they're spending. And that's not a good thing, because imagine if you are planning on your retirement, the whole time you think, I'm on the right track. I'm going to get 3,000 from Social Security. I'm getting 3,000 from my pension. And I think I'm only spending $5,000 a month. And then if you don't even look at the net or the gross, you already think you're okay, where you're really not, because maybe your net going out is 5,000, but your gross is really 6,000. So you may be actually missing 1,000 because you need to make 7 in order to bring home 5. So first, that's why it's going to really help you with. The second thing it'll really help you with is really truly understanding, is that what you're spending? So remember, there's still water and power. There's still all your utilities. There's still your cell phone. There is your Property and casualty taxes, they're never going to go away. If you have an HOA, that's never going to go away. And then planning on inflation for that is really important too. So a lot of times we usually like to highball expenses during retirement because it makes it easier. I always say you really are spending, let's say, $5,000 a year in travel or 10,000 years in travel. And remember, traveling for everyone is different. I get the question asked, Crystal, what's the average someone spends on traveling? Well, there is no such thing. It depends on the style that you like to travel. Some people really travel like extreme and spend a lot of money. And some people travel, where it's more moderate. And some people go even where they're bargain shopping. So for everyone is different. So truly think about what you spend on your vacations, because what I want you to realize in retirement, every day is the weekend and every week could be a vacation. So you probably are going to spend more money going on vacations. I know the last 2 years doesn't look like that's at all possible just because of the environment we've been in during COVID, the pandemic. Most of us have not really gone anywhere, but eventually this is going to change. So if you're retired, and this is the funny part, if I have clients that retired last year, and it's very deceptive because what they're spending is so much less than what they normally would spend, that when the world opens up, they're going to see the difference. So we're budgeting and planning for that. So this is how I want you to always think about that. If every day is the weekend and I can do whatever I want because I have the time, what do I want to spend? And how much do I want truly coming in to cover everything? Not just based on, if I was making 100,000, that was my lifestyle, that means I need 100,000. No, because that's different, right? If you were making 300,000 a year and you thought that's my lifestyle, no, not really. Unless you weren't saving anything, then that's different. So keeping that in mind is one of the most important things. Remember, it's always about that 101. What am I doing? What's that 101? And making sure that you are on the right track. So let's also talk a little bit about what are the things that you may be missing? So let's say if you already did your expenses, you already calculated that. Now it's about figuring out what are the different sources of income that I have and what's the best way for me to utilize and start withdrawing from all those different buckets. That's how you want to always think about it. You want to think about, okay, I got my pension, I got my Social Security, you have your 401k. Now, you may not have a pension, you may have a rental property. What's that stream of income going to look like? Rental is already coming no matter what. Okay, that's fine. Maybe your pension gets turned on right away. But when's the best time to utilize Social Security? Which bucket should you first go to? Do I go to my Roth IRA? Do I go to my 401k? Do I go to my after-tax dollars or my savings at the bank? For everyone, the formula is different depending on their income needs. So if you've never run that analysis to find out what's the best strategy to turn on income when you are, getting there and getting close to retirement, definitely have that conversation. I know if you're a client, we're going to be talking to you about that all the time. But if you're a friend of one of our clients and you're watching this and you want to run some sort of analysis because you've never had that, definitely reach out to me. We'll set you up and run some numbers for you because that's really important. That's the 101 about making sure you are going to be on the right track when it comes to retirement. And I have an actual webinar coming up for all of you in 2 days. I believe it's on Thursday. If I'm wrong, just it'll be posted so you'll know when it is. And that's going to talk about setting up the right stream of income in retirement. So you can watch that and hopefully, because that's a much longer, this was me just having a quick conversation with you, but that's going to be a much longer session where I believe it's about an hour. And I'm going to go through the things you need to watch out for. But again, first encouragement that I'm going to give you today is start tracking your expenditure. That's the most important thing you can do and understand net versus gross. That's it today. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.